All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 5 Minutes of Math. This is Mr. Lunsford, and I'm glad you joined me this evening. Tonight's homework is for the evening of May 4th, 2018, and tonight we're looking at Part 8 of our SOL review. Let's get started. And I thank you all for your patience. I've had a couple of other projects that I've had to work on, and I am a day or two behind in catching up with our 5 Minutes of Math episodes. But I definitely appreciate your patience, and let's jump right into it. So we're looking at 5 questions one more time, and again I am paraphrasing, so if you have your book out, the first question essentially says, if the flag in Alberto's room is 36 inches by 55 inches and the seal in the middle of the flag has a diameter of 24 inches, what is the area of the flag that does not include the seal? So, if we're looking at this, our strategy here is to subtract. We're taking the area of that big blue rectangle on the outside and subtracting the area of the circle. This is actually the way the Virginia state flag is set up. And if you look at the problem in the book, this is actually a representation of what's really there. So, again, our strategy is to take the area of the rectangle and subtract the area of the circle, and you end up with the area of the flag without the seal. So, let's start off with the area of the rectangle. That's simple. That's just 36 times 55. Our area is length times width. Area is 55 inches times 36 inches, and you end up with 1,980 inches squared. All right, that's the area of the rectangle. Now, let's do the area of the circle on the inside. The area of a circle is pi times radius squared. The diameter of that circle is 24 inches. So to get the radius of that circle, what we have to do is cut that diameter in half. So it's diameter times 0.5, and that's 24 times 0.5, and that would be 12. So the radius is 12 inches. Now we can use 3.14 for pi. Our units are inches. Pi times radius squared, and that should say radius squared, not radius 2. Then we have 3.14 times 12 squared, 3.14 times 144, and our area for our circle on the inside is 452.16 inches squared. Now, all we do now is subtract. So, 1980 minus the area of the circle, which is 452.16, equals 1,527.84 inches squared, and we round that to 1,528 inches squared. So our answer here is C. Our answer is C. So moving on to number 2. What is the volume of this cone? So here's our cone. The radius here is 4. And then we're looking at 3.14 is pi. Our units are centimeters. And our height is 10. So our volume is 1/3, or 0.33, times the area of the base times height. So 0.33 times pi times radius squared, which is the area of that circle that forms the base, times the height. 0.33 times 3.14 times 4 squared times 10. 0.33 times 3.14 times 16 times 10. 0.33 times 50.24 times 10. 0.33 times 502.4, and our final answer 167.47 centimeters cubed. So our answer is G. Our answer is G. And just as a hint, it helps to write out the steps. It definitely helps to write out the steps. So a lot of times when I see mistakes and problems like this, it's because people try to punch everything into the calculator without actually sorting those steps out. So this actually can help you. G is the answer here. All right, moving on to number 3. Which of the following would not result in the doubling of the volume of the rectangular prism? Now, I'm going to do something I don't normally do with this problem. Khan Academy is another series of instructional videos. It's a website, and Khan Academy does a fantastic job of explaining the concept behind doubling one dimension of a volume calculation and looking at the results in the final volume. So what we're looking at with this, the volume of a rectangular prism, length times width times height, what happens if you multiply one of those components by 10? I'm going to put this link up, and you can either click the link up in the corner, or you can actually just type this into your browser window. It's a 4-minute video. Go watch that. I highly recommend that you do that, because they do a very good job of explaining this concept. Once you've watched it, the answer is A. The answer is A. All right? So, moving on. How many square feet will Tyrone need to cover the basement floor? And if we're looking at this, this is the area of composite shapes. And here are our two parts of this. Our first part is this rectangle here that's in pink, and that's a rectangle that has dimensions of 20 by 14. Area is length times width. The area becomes 14 times 20. That's 280 feet. So that's our pink rectangle. Now we have to cover the remaining part of the room. This blue rectangle should just about cover it, but it's not going to be calculated using 16 times 26. What we have to do is figure out the part that we haven't already covered with that red rectangle. So what we have to do is 26 minus 14, and that 26 comes from that top line segment. It's 26, and the 14 we've already covered if you look at the bottom. So 26 minus 14 is 12 feet. So our rectangle here at the bottom is 16 times 12, and the area of that blue rectangle is 192 feet. So the only thing we have left to do is to add our two rectangles, and we will have the amount of carpet we need to cover that basement floor. So 280 plus 192 is 472 square feet. The answer is G. The answer is G. All right, moving on to our last one. What is the surface area of the following prism? So we have a rectangular prism, and our length is 15, our width is 4, our height is 7, our units are inches. And this is a matter of using surface area. So it's 2 times length times width plus 2 times length times height plus 2 times width times height. Our surface area here is 2 times 15 times 4 plus 2 times 15 times 7 plus 2 times 4 times 7. 2 times 60 plus 2 times 105 plus 2 times 28. 120 plus 210 plus 56 equals 386 inches squared. Our answer here is C. Our answer is C. All right, so keep in mind that I accidentally assigned one extra page that doesn't actually have any problems on it. So we have Monday's assignment, and then you actually can hear me looking through the book. There's Monday's assignment. Then I accidentally gave you all a night off, but it's all good. It's all good. So I will post that video as soon as I possibly can, and then I should be caught up. All right, that's it. Y'all take care, and remember, math is not just about numbers. It's all about the relationships that surround us every day. Have a good one.